Hey, you ready to do another company?
I'm ready.
I'm excited about this one because they've been terrible for so long that maybe they're turning around. I'm talking about Tilray Brands, which is a pot stock, which is still a pot stock. Their symbol is TLRY. They are in the drug manufacturing, specialty, and generic industry is what they are. Wow, short on the float here is 14%. That's pretty high. This is owned by a lot of individuals. Institutional ownership is only 10%. Wow. That means 90% of people own this Tilray themselves. We do see, unfortunately, no PE ratio versus the industry of 58. Price of sales 1.8 versus 2.0. Price to book value 1.2 versus 2.1. And price of tangible book value is 2.4 versus 24.6. That's pretty good. However, there is no price to cash flow and no PEG ratio. No earnings growth over the last year. Now, this is positive but disappointing. Their sales are up 1.1%. I say positive because the industry was down 11.7%. But still to have growth on a pot stock seems to be pretty good for a change. The analysts still don't like it. They get a 5-year growth rate in the earnings of a negative 142, so that's not very good. Tilray does not pay a dividend. Let's take a look at the balance sheet. A lot of liquidity here. Current ratio 2.5 versus 3.1. Debt to equity very good, 0.2 versus 0.7. We do see that they have a net profit margin, not very good, a negative 266 versus a positive 3.9. Return on equity also not good, a negative 144 versus a positive 7.9. This is disappointing, and because I know they have a lot of cash that comes through. Maybe some of this is not accounted for, but the free cash flow is a negative 128. I believe that's $1,000 versus 1.7 million or billion for the industry. So that's not very good. So I'm not seeing anything great here unless you give me some great numbers going forward.
Yeah, so current price here for Tilray Brands, again, their ticker symbol TLRY. It's $1.62. And I mean, this stock's just all over the place. 52-week range, the low here, 35 cents, and the high, $1.88. Year to date, the stock is up 23%, excuse me. Over the last 1 year, though, it's about flat, and the 5-year return down 70%. Here's the fun one, right? This is why we avoid investing in hype. The all-time high closing for Tilray Brands, $214.06.
And I got to say, this is very volatile. I don't know if you see it over there or not, but the 3-month return, did you see the 3-month return?
No.
234%. Wow. In 3 months, a lot of trading going on with this stock.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost a gambling chip at this point in time. And I say that because you go out and there's still no positive earnings for this company. You go out to May 2027. There are 6 analysts following it. So, I mean, it's a larger following than I would have anticipated, but it's a negative 7 cents is what those 6 analysts are estimating. So it's just, yeah. And at some point, I thought maybe there'd be something here, but the big thing that we always talk about is the illicit activity that comes along with this business. It's like, gosh, back in the 20s, what you had bootlegging, right? But I just don't know if that is gonna morph into like an alcohol industry like we've seen with cannabis.
Hey, and I'm not an expert on pot, but I know you can grow your own. Yeah. It's like, why? It's just like a plant. Why would you not grow your own plant? I mean, is there any manufacturing has to be done with it? I think a lot of people grow their own.
Here's something that I found interesting. So the reason it kind of popped up in the news was it looks like President Trump posted a video on Truth Social touting the benefits of cannabinoids for seniors.
Cannabinoids.
And I was like, what the heck is a cannabinoid? Cannabinoids are individual chemical compounds, while cannabis is a whole plant that contains multiple cannabinoids. THC is the primary psychoactive cannabinoid in cannabis. That's the high that you get when you smoke or do marijuana. CBD, on the other hand, does not have the psychoactive effects. So I don't know how many cannabinoids there are and the benefits and the downsides to each one of those cannabinoids, but I'm assuming the average person at home growing their own marijuana does not know how to extract the cannabinoids. So that's where maybe there is some potential benefit for this industry.
Yeah, because cannabinoids sound like they could be something that for us older people can relieve some pain. Is that what it's supposed to do? Maybe?
Yeah, because like there's a CBD oil. Like I've used that on my back before, and it is kind of relieving. So I know it's out there. Yeah. But again, how profitable is that, and how hard is that to replicate? I have no idea the science behind it.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not going to say the industry is dead because it's not. I mean, these things they can use them for other remedies that would actually make you feel better.
Yeah, it's not just
And you won't
potentially for that person that just wants to smoke pot and get high. It seems like there is maybe some other uses, and if you can find those uses, and that's what Tilray is doing, rather than trying to compete against the home growers, well, maybe there is some potential here. But again, not as a value investment, no profits yet for this industry, so I definitely would not be looking.
Yeah, so the days of thinking about the old pot stocks, like with the Cheech and Chong days where they were drug heads, I mean, it seems like the industry is developing, and there could be something with the future here. Again, their balance sheet looked pretty good, so they could weather the storm.